Now we're going to keep on practicing writing an equation to match the story problem by thinking about what we know, what we need to know, and how we're going to use what we already know to figure out how to solve the problem. And again, we're going to do this by thinking about what goes at the start, what changes in the problem, and then what the result will be or what they will have at the end. So it says beach balls have become so popular that the toy store only has 37 left. They hurry and order more. After the truck makes its delivery, they'll have 95 beach balls. How many are in the truck? So we're going to highlight 37 left. They only have 37 left. They hurry and order more. It doesn't tell us how many more they order. So think about what we use to represent the number we don't know. We use an X. So we need to think about, did the story problem not give us the start? Did the story problem not give us what changed? Or did the story problem not give us the result or what they'll have at the end? After the truck makes its delivery, they'll have 95 beach balls. So let's start plugging in things that we know. We know they'll have 95 beach balls, and that looks like that's going to go at the end this time. So this is different than the last problem that we solved, because last time we were trying to figure out how many they had at the end. Now they tell us that they're going to have 95 at the end. So now let's see. They only had 37 left. They hurry and order more. So if I think of it like an actual story, it sounds like they start with 37 and then they order more. That's the part we don't know. So that's what changes. But we need to figure out how many more they ordered, because then it asks us how many are on the truck, meaning how many did they order that are now sitting on the truck. So since they ordered more, that also helps me figure out that this is going to be a plus sign, that I need to add these two things together. What also helps me know that that's a plus sign is that the number 95 is greater than or larger than 37. So if they started with 37 and then end up with 95, then again, they must have ordered more by adding because the number got bigger. Then you are all set with setting up your equation. This is the equation that matches this story problem using X to show what we need to figure out. Then you can go ahead and solve. There are a couple of ways that you can solve this, and I will show you two ways. The first way on a number line is like this. If I start with 37, I want to end up with 95. So I'm going to put that on the other side of my number line. Now I need to figure out how many jumps it's going to take me to get to 95. And that will help me figure out my X. That will help me figure out how much I need to add on to 37 in order to get to 95. So using strategies, I see there's a 7 right here in 37, and I know how to make tens. So I'm going to first add a 3 to get to a friendly 10, which puts me at 40. Now I still need to get all the way to 95. I know that 4 plus 5 is 9. So 40 plus 50 is going to equal 90. I don't need to waste time making a ton of jumps of 10. I can get there a lot faster by understanding 40 and 50 get me to 90. And then I only need to jump up 5 more to get to 95. Now, 37 plus this amount here equals 95. So now if I add those numbers up, 50 plus 3 plus 5. I know 3 plus 5 equals 8, so that equals 58. So then my answer is 37 plus 58 equals 95. X equals 58. So that's one way to do it. Another way to do it is to figure out the difference between 95 and 37 by subtracting. So if this is how your brain worked, this is totally fine too. So again, I'm going to rewrite 37 plus x equals 95. That is our equation that matches our story problem. Now, in order to figure out what x is, instead of starting at 37 and going up to 95 like I did up there, what you could do is actually start at 95 and subtract 37, and that will give you how much was added on to 37 to get to 95. So again, if you're doing this in a number line, here's a key. You always still want to put the larger number on the right-hand side. That is so important because on a number line, it's just like when you read left to right, the smaller numbers will always go on the left and they will always get larger as you move to the right. So you never want to start the larger number on this side. So I'm going to start at 95 over here on the right, and I'm going to jump backwards and subtract 37 from 95. So first, I'm going to just subtract 30 minus 30, and we'll notice my number should be getting smaller now. 95 take away 30 is 65. Now I need to take away 7 more. So instead of just jumping back a 7, I want to, again, make sure I'm using strategies and getting to friendly numbers. I'm first going to jump back 5, which will get me to 60. Then I can jump back 2 more. There's my 7 to get to 58. So notice, again, our answer didn't change because x still equals 58. We just solved it in a different way, which also works perfectly fine. So whichever way makes more sense to you, you can go ahead and do it that way. Great job, boys and girls.